And we got another chapter of Monogatari, chapter 40, Kanbaru crying as she offers up her arm. She wants Araragi now to cut off her arm, or failing that, she'll use the power of trains and bicycles to make it happen, so that she no longer has to live this guilt, with these urges. She's no longer capable of killing someone. Don't care. No, you can't. What are you saying? What do you do about Senjogahara? Doesn't matter. Senjogahara-senpai doesn't matter. That doesn't sound right. That doesn't sound like the Kanbaru we know. I've had enough. I give up. The crying, rainy devil, devil of the pouring rain, and the crying devil. Ooh, and really, really beautifully and expertly framed. These falling teardrops and raindrops. Upside down on this page, I think. Yeah, upside down and then forming this kind of textured backdrop within which we see these intricately framed portraits depicting yet another story. I hate you, Mama, but I love. I have to go back and say sorry. This is in France or Italy or something. Hands reach out to her. So for what attacked that child, there are a number of theories, Araragi. Except the theory that it's a crowd of monkeys. There aren't monkeys in any monkeys in Europe. So it's an ape-like human, basically. A thrill killer. A beast wearing human skin who got represented as a monkey. All that was left of the child was her cleanly peeled skin. Ooh, hanging in a chapel. Like a raincoat caught on a branch. It's the origin of the rainy devil. Does this devil grant people's wishes? She can return home's harassment? Oshino doesn't know. It's like lines past which he just doesn't seem to care. You play with the devil, you become a devil. Maybe she was lonely. Now this is kind of interesting as a reference to Hana Monogatari. But that's so far down the line I'm not even going to think about it. But specifically the you play with, you know, and Kanbaru playing basketball with a certain person. At any rate, maybe she was lonely. Oh. So lonely it hurt. I get you, Kanbaru. Maybe it's just me acting conceited, but I get you. We're enduring the same pain, abandoning everything, giving up on everything. It's the only pain we share. In order to fill the gaping hole, you stuffed a whole bunch of things into your small body, right? Yeah. Her personality, her brashness, her devotion to sports, her tremendous skill, her love and devotion to Senjogahara. Each of them both plugging up one hole but then caving out another. Each of them providing more opportunities for loss and pain and regret. Going all the way back to kind of the prehistory of her character. I mean, her parents died. Like, from the start. If you're gonna cut off her Missy's arm, there is a good way. I really have to tell you about it? Ooh. The blade. The demon-killing blade. Or Shinobu could also just and eat the whole thing in one bite. They got options. Yes, maybe Shinobu-san can lend you that blade. The abnormality cutter demon sword. I don't have time to feel pain. Mince the demon to pieces like tofu. This is an awesome shot. Oh my gosh. Yeah, you can see Ogre took this project for primarily one reason, and that was to draw Shinobu. And this is the first of, I'm assuming, many, many shots we're going to get of her as she becomes more and more important in the story. With the gigantic blade behind her back, and the shibari bondage rope woven around it, and all these cubes that we can imagine the blade has diced up. Perfectly composed. A stunning image. Apparently in the original Monkey's Paw, the first owner used his third wish to wish for his own death. Is there really a need for me to explain what the point of that wish was? Wrong. You know, you're right, but you're wrong. This is wrong. Yeah, wrong. Your Springback Abnormality case and our Missy's case are now in completely wrong sides. So of course Araragi, if we kind of look at his much more selfish hidden motive of he wants Senjo Gahara to kind of lose her sharp edges by reuniting with her Kohai, then this plan won't work at all. How can he possibly face her and be like, oh yeah, I cut Kanbaru's arm off? or how could Kanbaru especially ever face her and be like, oh yeah, I'm down an arm. It was your boyfriend, but whatever. It's just not gonna work. This is like Jerry Springer deluxe when you're coming in with this sort of argument, with this sort of friendship situation. So yeah, you can see Araragi has a lot of objections to this, both in his morality and in his sexual selfishness. But what does Oshino think of the whole thing? He never asked anything from the abnormality. And here the wheat growing reminds me of Shinobu a lot. Because of certain scenes in Kizu, perhaps you remember them, where the wheat growing was kind of like a visual motif. Shinobu sitting on the ground there. This is another shot. The origins of the whole situation. They're crying out in Bakemonogatari, the first incident. The one who gave himself after being sought after was you. You and the Missy are different. That's right. He gave something to the anomaly that was begging for his help, whereas Kanbaru begged the anomaly for help, and it gave something to her. A completely inverted situation. That's why you don't know how she feels, Araragi-kun. You can't understand her self-hatred and regret. Yeah. He comes from principally a situation privileged by moral certitude, of knowing that he did something selfless, that he made some sort of sacrifice. And yeah, that's a whole different emotional scope than believing that you had acted selfishly and harmed others. The whole thing isn't just limited to Kanbaru's case. That's what Oshino wanted to say. The snail, the cat. The fan service in this chapter is all over the map. It's the power of the Monogatari series. It's got something for everybody. All at once sometimes. And for some people, it's just got everything at once. And the crab. Of course. Can't leave her out. It's equivalent exchange. Look at all these formulas. We've got some derivatives, some trigonometry, some higher variable functions, some non-Euclidean spaces, it looks like. Sure. You get something because you wanted it. The opposite also holds true. If you gave something, you have to have something else. You have to take something else away. Whatever the other person will give you is something you cannot choose. That is the role of the man doing the giving. So this is the attitude that he's being confronted with in this moment. He's desperately trying to think of anything to say to counter Kanbaru's desires. Alright. Another crazy, crazy chapter. What can Araragi do to get himself out of this dilemma? Fight and be killed, cut off her arm, kill her back. It seems like no win. We'll have to find out what happens next. Bye-bye.